game. We did. We really, really did. I'm not going to sit here and say it was a horrible performance, because it certainly wasn't a horrible performance. We did play better. Um, we passed the ball a bit better. We tried. We had a few chances in the game. Um, but it's same old, really, in terms of the result. And that's the only thing that does matter when you're in this situation where we desperately, desperately need wins. Apologies for the lighting, guys. It's a bit dark in this room. He started with Zuma and Dawson. Zuma did have a slight knock in the warm up, and looked a bit shaky straight away. Kira playing right back was disappointing. He kept constantly getting caught out by Harvey Barnes. I called that in the preview, didn't I? Nate Brown says he's disappointed but not shocked. Yeah, I called it in the preview that I was worried about whoever played right back today, because they was going to have a real tough test against Harvey Barnes. In the middle, Rice and Socek, Paqueta was in there, Benrahma, Bowen, and Skamaka. No Antonio on the bench today for personal reasons, apparently. They lined up as predicted: Daka, Barnes, Madison. Zuma went off, was injured, so good. Got a good hour under his belt. Looked okay. I think he'll get better. It's hard to judge him on that one. We've seen him a few times in the Europa League, and we know how good he can be. That was his first game in the Premier League, and probably not quite ready yet. So I won't judge him too harshly. Madison scored the opener for them. I think that was written in the stars, for him getting in the England team. He's the man in the paper at the moment, the man of the moment at the moment. Yeah, just poor, really. Good finish, but just got ripped open down that right-hand side. Again, Harvey Barnes bursting through, managed to get there, put the ball across, and Madison was there to put it in. So we huffed and puffed. We didn't have really any really good chances. We give away a penalty. It was definite penalty. Upstead, Dawson was caught out. Had to go for that hook around tackle. Looked like we got away with it first, and then it was put to VAR, and obviously Dawson was booked and a penalty was given. Yuri Tillemans stepped up. He had to wait quite a while for it. Fabianski pulled off a really good save, though. At 1-0, I thought that might have changed the game, and it did. But for long periods in that second half, I'm not going to sit here and say it wasn't that great. For long periods in the second half, we really did huff and puff. We really did try. Rice had a header. Paqueta had a looping header. Skamaka had a header, I believe, at one point, but it wasn't anything really majorly clear cut, and was very wasteful, and some of the decision making in the end wasn't that great. On the break, obviously, it was always a risk that Leicester could get through, and they did. Harvey Barnes, got through in the end. And I sort of predicted it in the preview. I said Barnes and Madison I was worried about, and they were the ones that got the goals. And at 2-0, it's game over. There was no chance. But like I say, Rice did try. He really, really tried to get us going. 4 nails come on. Didn't really do anything. Yeah, it's not good though. It's not good to lose. We've lost that bit of belly in us. We're too easy to beat again. For a long time under Moyes, we weren't getting our bellies tickled. And it's just, as Duncan says there, 1-4 drawn, 2 lost, 9, 12 points. It's relegation form. We're not in the relegation zone, but we're sleepwalking into it. And maybe this World Cup break has come at a good time. Maybe it has. Maybe, when the COVID break was last time, and it looked more or less guaranteed we were going to go down. When the season restarted, I thought, we ain't got nothing. We've got nothing about us. That break of a couple of months sort of rejuvenated us. And apologies, I'm hoping that maybe that will happen again. Maybe this break the players can go away, have a little think. Some of the players like Paqueta, Agurd can get fitter, play themselves into form, get some confidence with the other players that will be playing some friendlies and stuff at home. You know, think of some new ideas and stuff. Do I think Moyes will get sacked? No. Apparently, before the game, ex-West Ham employee said that the board are not going to sack him. Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? It's a hard one because, all through the commentary of the game that I was watching, the stream I was watching, Tony Gale was saying they stuck with Leicester, stuck with Brendan Rodgers, and look, he's turned it around and they're playing well. Could argue that Brendan Rodgers is a more attacking manager, though, and that's why with David Moyes, I've never seen in the 2 years an attacking style from him. I've seen a counter-attacking style, but that's not worked anymore. It doesn't work. He doesn't seem to have any other new ideas about him. Well, do I want to see him sacked? You know what? Guys. I want to see him sacked, and I would sack him. And the one comment I didn't like from Tony Gale, who was co-commentating today, was, "Well, who do you get that's better? Who do you get that's better? Are you serious? Who do you get that's better? There's a lot better managers out there. That's not disrespecting what he's done in his job, Moyes, but there is better out there." Yeah, get your comments in, guys. I'll read some out. Yeah, like I say, I'm hoping that the breaks come at a good time, because that first game back is a bloody tough one. We play Arsenal, who are absolutely flying, and I don't expect us to win that game. And then we've got some favourable fixtures. The thing is, at the moment, though, I look at the games and I can't see where the next win's coming. I really can't. I am glad there's a break. I need a break from West Ham. I think I need a little bit of a break from West Ham because it's becoming really, really hard to watch this season. It's hard to watch. Let's read some of these comments here. We can only hope that the distraction of the World Cup be a blessing in disguise. We came on a great one after the COVID break. Can only hope it happens again. That's what I just said, mate. Brentford manager, would you take him? Yes, I would take Thomas Franks. Derek Duncan, sorry, mate. Would he come? Maybe you could get him out there. Be a bloody good signing if we did, because then you could potentially have a chance of getting Ivan Toney out of there as well, knowing his relationship with Thomas Frank. Yeah, it's a hard one. Stephen said he's sadly not surprised. Look, I don't think anyone thought we was going to win that game. I didn't think we was going to win. Nate Bravik says, even the teams around us are at least giving it a good go. Villa's starting to look decent. Leeds, we've got to be careful or relegation will creep up on us. Yeah, I think the only team at the moment that is on a similar sort of pattern of path and don't look great are Everton. Everton look really, really bad at the moment. I'm disappointed. I'm really disappointed because, in the summer, I thought, they're investing. We're really going to go for it. But it's only at West Ham. Only at West Ham that we invest some money and it goes wrong. It just, at the moment, it's just not good. It's just not good. I'm not enjoying it at the moment. I'm not enjoying watching West Ham. For a long time, for a couple of years, every game you look forward to it. You're buzzing like, we'll give a team a go. We're always going to be in a game. This season and towards the back end of last season, it become a real struggle, and it's really difficult watching West Ham at the moment. We're very boring. It's back to that we lack identity. We haven't got identity. There's a lot of players that are hiding in games. Go simple rather than try and take a risk. Matt Rainey says, me and my dad went to the game, and dad had a ticket trouble. Couldn't get in, which made the day bad, and had to leave at half time to go home. What a shambles of a day. Yeah, mate, I feel sorry for you, mate. What a way to, end the Premier League little break before we go for you, mate, unfortunately. Keep your comments coming in, guys. I'm going to go for a little bit longer. I don't usually do these live ones, but I thought it's appropriate because there's not a game for a long time now. It's all England, it's all World Cup now, it's all excitement, maybe some football I can enjoy, a bit stress-free. What happened to the energy we've had the last 2 seasons? I agree, mate. The running, what was Moyes' mantra? You don't run, you don't play. Certainly don't look like that message is getting across now. I think we've got some of the lowest running stats in the league. yeah, it's just they look. Don't get me wrong. Like I say, it wasn't the worst performance today. It really, really wasn't. And I always like to, when I reflect on games, do it by game by game. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as it has been. It wasn't as bad as the Palace game, for example. There was positives. There was. If you want to do the cliche Premier League manager answer, I'll take the positives out of it. There were some positives in there. There were, but we looked a bit more hungry. We looked. There was a bit of aggression there, and we did try, and maybe we were a little bit unlucky. And maybe if one of those would have gone in, and it would have gone to 1-1, we may have gone on and won that game. But at the moment, it's not happening. It's not happening. And I'm not going to say luck either, because you make your own luck. You have to you have to just keep striving and keep believing in yourself. Yeah, I don't think there's any more chat. Is there any more chat? Any more chat, guys? If uh, if not, oh, what's done? What's Stephen saying here? Actually, glad there is a World Cup break now. I never thought I'd say that at the start of the season. I think a lot of West Ham fans will be with you, mate. Duncan says, reading the stats, we are. Oh, what did I say? Sorry, mate, I missed that comment there. Sorry, mate. Reading the stats, we had the most shots, the most corners passing. Yeah, like I say, we did play well. At times in the game, we played okay, but what can I say? I don't think I can put your comment up, mate, because I'm doing it on my phone. But I will read it out, Matt, because I always appreciate anyone who puts in a super chat. Matt says, "Is Rice a leader?" That was a good question, actually. Who was talking about that? It was on one of the channels the other night. Like, yes, he was a good captain last year, team captain. But is he doing the Mark Noble stuff? Is he doing the stuff off the pitch? Um, is it too much for him, or is it a slight distraction? The World Cup this year, he's not playing bad. He's not playing bad at all. But has he got that? Even like what Scotty Parker had. There's that famous. I think it was West Brom game where he was 3-0 down in that game at half time, and apparently the rousing speech that Scotty Parker gave in that game, was enough to get him through. As Dex got that in him, I don't know. Doesn't look like it at the moment. It doesn't look like he's a proper captain on the pitch. See a few fans turning on his leadership. It's interesting. Last year we had Noble as it cut man in his corner. Hey, I agree, mate, and that's exactly what I just said, didn't it? Yeah, maybe he's not as mouthy, and maybe he's not as like Mark had earned that respect for so many years. Maybe there's a little bit of that. Not that. Listen, Deck leads by example on the pitch. No one can deny that. The way he plays, the way he tries to drive the team forward. But is he giving it that? Is he pulling people up? Is he going in the dressing room now and going, Kura, mate, you were awful today. Bowen, you need to sort your decision making out. Has he got that bit about him? I don't know, mate. I honestly don't know, and I hope something happens, mate. I really, really do. Any more chat, guys? Keep it coming. Like I say, I'll go a little bit longer because it's the last one for a while, and it's always nice to catch up with you guys. There's only 9 of us in here. The big channels do their ones. Me and Paul will be back with a podcast. He went to my mate's wedding yesterday, so that's why we haven't been able to do a podcast this weekend. McAllister says, I don't like Kurt right back. Yeah, he's sort of starting to get exposed a bit there now. Last one from me. I got Noble. What's it say? I got Noble book today, and it's signed. Can't wait to read it. Yeah, it looks like an interesting book. That does. The documentary was very good. Unfortunate thing about playing well and losing is at the end you end up with 0 points. It's okay every now and again, but it's most weeks now when we can have a good spell and can't get over the line. Yeah, good point, mate. It's a good point. And the thing is, when you play well against the City and a Liverpool, whatever, and you're like, yeah, that's good, did well there. You can take it, but then against the Leicester and a Palace, it's not good enough. What's he saying? Hope you can keep the videos coming. If there's any news over the World Cup period, and it always be appreciated. Yeah, of course it will, mate. We'll be doing videos over the World Cup and stuff like that, and I'm sure there'll still be some West Ham news out there, and hopefully some of the friendlies are streamed, so we can have a little bit of chat about them as well. He concentrated too much on this TV and video. I agree. Take care, Duncan, mate. Right, guys. I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, sorry, guys, that we couldn't bring you a win and we couldn't bring you a positive review video into the World Cup break. We stay on 14 points. It doesn't look good. It really doesn't. It really has a feel of a relegation battle now. And when you're down there, have we got the people to stick in and do the good job? I hope so. We've got some good quality in there, but we need some real leadership. And some of them players during this break have to look at themselves, reflect on the start of the season they've had, and really, play themselves into form, because otherwise it's going to be a long, long old season until that Conference League kicks off again in March, February time. Yeah, thanks for the likes, guys. Thank you for the super chat from Matt. Always appreciate it, mate. You're a good geezer. Dunks, thanks for all the comments. Everyone else in the comments, thank you so, so much. Keep subscribing, guys, because we are so close to 4K. It'd be such a good Christmas present if we hit 4K before the Arsenal game. That'd be a great little Christmas present for me if we can do that. So get us out there, guys. Any of you West Ham mates that are into the YouTube, let them know. Say, check out Luke on a free Hammers. He's all right. He's fairly fair if you like me. Or you can say, he's a bit of an idiot. He don't know what he's talking about. You should watch this geezer. He's funny because he don't know what he's talking about. Yeah. Until next time, guys. Come on, you irons. Enjoy your break. And I suppose, come on, England. Fortune's always hiding. And it's coming home.